Well, hello, and once again, everybody, welcome back down the old rabbit hole. I am Icarus 480, and goddamn it, I missed you. I hope you guys are all doing very well, very safe and healthy in these COVID-19 times. As for me, my friends, I had to step on the sidelines a little bit and take back my fucking life, dude. Coming April 3rd, I will be 5 months sober. Yeah, crowd goes wild. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. But, yeah, man, and I feel good, dude. As a lot of you guys know, this is something that I've struggled with for many fucking years. As a matter of fact, the very first, profound message I got with the very first night I ever took LSD was to stop drinking. And this has been a reoccurring message throughout all of my journeys and throughout all my life, or not even, psychedelically speaking. And something I never listened to. You know what I mean? I was oblivious to what I was becoming, you know what I mean? And I didn't care. I just kept going down this completely fucked up, destructive path of self-pity, self-hate, and just shit, man. It was no fucking way to live, dude. And, like I said, this is a reoccurring message that's came throughout my life, and it finally fucking happened. And thank God I finally, was able to pull, myself out of that rut. And I feel even weird saying pull myself out of that rut because I'm not out of it. I'll never be out of it. Alcohol and me are, that's a relationship that I have to stay away from for the rest of my entire life. I'm not made for that experience. I'm not, that's not in my biology. And, it destroyed a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships, and finally, LSD scared the shit out of me, man. Woke me up. So this is the trip, my friends, that got me sober. In your psychedelic time machine, blah, 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 blah. So there I was, a big old fucking piece of shit, man. I'm talking a fucking nasty Taco Bell diarrhea, bro. Drinking every fucking day, man. And, I didn't give a shit, dude. I didn't give a shit about working. I didn't give a fuck about anything other than how I'm gonna get my next bottle, man. Even when I didn't have alcohol, it's all I could fucking think about. It's all I could, I can't wait to get off work to get a bottle. Yeah, drink at fucking work if I could. Take a couple shots here just to get me throughout the day, man. It was no way to live. When it comes to drugs, it's safe to say I've tried them all. Alcohol truly is my heroin. Even meth and heroin, I don't like as much as alcohol, dude. I can, never touch it. There I was, fully indulged in it, you know what I mean? And, no care in the world to stop. Everything was completely fine to me. It was like that meme of that dog that's like sitting in his kitchen and everything's on fire. He's got a cup of coffee and you're like, this is fine. It's pretty much how my fucking life was, dude. So, just strumming along. One day I get gifted this little vial of LSD, this little cylinder vial of LSD from an Icky fam. You're probably watching this right now. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. I owe this to you, man. But, no, dude, I thank you, truly, bro. But, he gifts me a little vial of LSD, a little circular vial. And, I get him. I asked him, at the time I see him, I'm pretty drunk. So I'm like, oh, sweet, man, thank you so much. Good vibes, dude. Like, how much is in here? Now, of course, my mind's all blurry and shit. I swear to God, I heard him say two or three drops, and it was this little vial. It didn't look like it held that much liquid. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to jock that in my memory, go about my alcoholic lifestyle. So about, let's say a week passes or something, a little bit of little period of time passes. And I was hanging out with a friend at my house, and they had to leave. Now, as, they had to leave in 30 minutes or whatever. So we're just hanging out, I'm now like, well, I'm going to be here alone. Like, what am I going to do? I'm already drinking, and I'm like, oh, I got that vial of acid. Oh, I'm going to take this acid. I'm going to trip balls, man. Go to another dimension, dude. So I open up that bottle and I just take it back. Now, once the liquid hits my, mouth, I become kind of astonished with the fact of how much liquid actually poured on my tongue. This didn't feel like 2 or 3 drops, which is what I thought I was taking. It felt like a lot more liquid than that. So my mind is already to a bad start, right? Kind of my bell is rung, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of like on high alert about that. Well, I'm just tripping myself out. You said it was 2 or 3 drops, whatever. I engage back in conversation. As this is going on, my mind is still kind of like, uh-oh, man, like, we got a problem here. What are we going to do about this? So I'm like, all right, you know what, to relieve my anxiety, I'm going to hit the guy up and just, confirm it's 2 or 3 drops, whatever. So I pull my phone out. I'm like, okay, hey, buddy, just out of curiosity here, how much acid did you say was in that vial? Sent the message, went about it, you know what I mean? Still, trying to... I was very nervous and, not sure how this was going to go, but I'm still, keeping my composure and stuff like that. And my mind is still, on high alert, waiting for this text message to come in saying, don't worry, Icarus, you're good, bro. It's 2 or 3 drops, man. Have fun. Hey, drink a beer for me. So I'm sitting there engaged in conversation, and like a fucking Japanese kamikaze, this fucking message comes in. Ding. Pick up my phone. I think about 7 or 8 hits, give or take. When I read that, I was like, oh, fuck. I was already starting to come up, and it was like a very intense come up. So now I'm hit with this truth bomb of, okay, I'm a fucking idiot. It wasn't 2 or 3 drops. Why did I fucking think that? It's okay. So now at this point, my friend is getting ready to leave. I'll walk you to your car, whatever. We start going from the apartment down to the parking lot. As we're on our way, I start doing the stupidest thing you can do when it comes to psychedelic drugs, and that's flex your ego at it. Oh, man, you got this. 7 or 8 hits, bro. You've taken more than that, dude. You're Icarus, bro. This is going to be another story, bro. This is going to be another story, man. You got this. 7 or 8 hits, bro. Come on, man. You got this. Stupidest fucking thing you can do. So, I get my friend to their car. We're talking for just a little bit. All right, yeah, saying our goodbyes. They can tell something's not right with me. You all right? You sure you good? I look at them and I'm like, I shouldn't have took this. And they're like, don't fucking say that, dude. Like, you're going to be all right, man. I think you're good. I have to go, though. Which I don't blame them for leaving me, but I'm like, all right. So I get out and I'm like, okay, this is fucking intense as shit, man. Where do I go? So I'm like, I just got to, sit on the curb, chill the fuck out, smoke a cigarette, go to Mom's Kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over. So I sit down, start smoking a cigarette. Right? Now, as I'm smoking, I pull the cigarette out, I realize I'm out of cigarettes. This is my last cigarette. I'm like, okay, everything's all good. Put on, some Spangle or something. I start listening to it. It's now becoming nightfall. Like, the sun has set behind the mountains. It's that weird, like, kind of still like evening blue out, but it's going to be dark very quickly. So as I finish this cigarette, I start walking to the gas station to buy another pack of cigarettes. And everything is so fucking intense. I'm talking like the visuals, everything is so fucking digital. I'm looking at the fucking, the shrubbery as I'm walking through to the gas station. It literally looks like it's fucking growing in front of me. The ground looks like I'm fucking Jesus Christ walking on water because everything looks so fucking liquid. All the tiny pebbles on the ground look like they're kind of just jumping out of place into other fucking places. And I'm walking and like, I'm taken back by it because these are some fucking crazy visuals, and, they're fucking intense and awesome. But I just, I can't enjoy them because I have this like deep, like anxiety feeling and like, a bunch of anxiety is rising inside of me. I'm like, as I'm walking, I get to this, QT gas station. I go in, there's this long ass line. So I walk in, and usually I fucking vibe with gas stations on acid, man. Like, what's up, son? Let me get some Cheetos, Doritos, and a Twinkie. You know what I'm saying? This time, like, I walk in, dude, and it literally felt like everybody was like watching me, like almost as if like this is a scary movie and you walk into the only gas station in town and all the locals are just like looking at you like this motherfucker's gonna die by the chainsaw. So like I just feel like everyone's fucking looking at me and I'm like trying to be like not freaking out, man. So this line slowly but surely starts getting picked off. You know, I'm just trying to like, you know, I wonder what the total gram fat of Cheez-Its are. You know what I mean? Like looking at different packagings and shit, trying to take my mind off of it. I walk up to the fucking cashier and I'm like, yo, can I get a... And I look at this, I stopped right there mid-sentence because I looked at this guy, his eyes looking at me like this, they were all black. Like, you know how those like motherfucking like crazy body mod dudes like tattoo their eyeballs black and it's just solid black? Like that's literally what I saw, and I saw his eyes like pull out on the side of him like Sid the Sloth and like go back in. I'm like, can I get a pack of Marlboro Reds, please? And he's like, yeah, gives you ID, whatever. So I fucking get the fuck out of there and I'm go outside, and now it's like it's dark outside and it's fucking very dark, like in not being in the light, like being in the light with everything, it's like super bright, but like looking outside of the light, there's not many buildings around this gas station, it looks pitch black. Like it kind of reminded me of that episode of SpongeBob when they're like cops or whatever, and SpongeBob tells Patrick like, it's okay, just turn on your siren, and he's walking like wee woo, wee woo. That's how I was. I was like, I want to get the fuck out of public. There's a little walkway. I'm a man up, dude. I'm just gonna walk. So I start walking to this, there's this little Ramada area. Like, all right, I'm just gonna kick back, smoke another cig, chill the fuck out, all right? So I sit down and I'm so scared. I literally feel as if there's like a demon on like behind me, like grabbing my shoulders, looking over my neck, like just wait. Don't just wait. I'm coming, don't worry. So I'm like, all right, last time I had a bad trip, the remedy for me was Bob Marley. Bob Marley pulled me out of my bad trip. You know what? I'm gonna fucking listen to some Bob Marley right now. I'm gonna get the good vibes. God damn it, Bob Marley, get your Rastafarian ass over here. I needs the vibes, bro. So I put on Three Little Birds. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Well, no, it wasn't like that, dude. Literally, when I put it on, I start listening to it and closing my eyes, like, yeah, take in Bob Marley's vibes. And it sounded like a warped record. Like, it literally sounded like something you would hear in, like, Luigi's Mansion or something. So we all know the song Three Little Birds. It was like, this is literally in my head how I was hearing it. Like, you know, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Don't worry about a thing. This is how it sounded. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause you're tripping balls, you alcoholic fuck. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude. I'm like, oh fuck, man, I'm in public, I'm freaking out. Okay, dude, like, let's go. So I start walking back to where I stayed, which it wasn't too far of a distance, but as I would walk, I'm so fucking terrified and I'm so disoriented. It feels as if like all of the weight in my body went to one side of my body. So as I'm walking, I would just start to tumble to the left or the right, and I couldn't balance. Like, I felt extremely drunk, but not drunk. Like, I just couldn't, I lost like motor skills basically. And I kept having to stop and like retry to walk. So I finally get relatively close to where I'm staying at, when I'm just sitting there and I can't, like, I sit on this curb and it's like very public. There's a lot of people everywhere, like, you know, parking. It's a pretty poppin' apartment complex, you know. I think this was like a Friday evening or something, probably like 8. I'm just sitting there profusely sweating and I can't move. And I'm so scared to move. I'm so scared to close my eyes. I'm so scared to open them. There's this deep, negative, fucking dark energy that's just following me. And I'm just so scared. And I'm trying to find the solution without understanding the fucking reason. Why is this happening? Instead, I'm just like, I want this to fucking stop. So I mosey up the courage to then continue back to where I'm staying at. I get almost there and there's a family going, you know, into their apartment and this dude's yelling at his kids, whatever. Hey, motherfucker, god damn it, what I fucking tell you? Don't be fucking touching that shit or whatever the fuck he's saying, dude. And I'm like, I like literally as I heard it come, I saw them and then kind of disappear into the corner and then I hear that yelling and I literally saw this dark cloud of vibes like come out from that area exactly where I'm going. I'm like, I mean, I don't want to walk in that motherfucking cloud. Look at that cloud. That ain't no cloud I want to walk in, boy. But I'm like, fuck, I can't be outside. So I fucking like mosey up and I run upstairs. I go through it, run upstairs. I go inside. I shut the door. Okay, I'm in my own sanctuary. I'm in my own zone, right? So I sit down. I'm like, all right, we got to pull out the big guns, listen to some Icaros, you know, and close my eyes, center myself. And I do. And it's great. You know what I mean? I pull myself out, you know, I'm home. Everything's fine. Everything's great. You know, probably about 3 or 4 Icaro songs in. I'm feeling good. Okay. Oh, what an episode, man. So I go outside and I smoke a cigarette. And I'm like, man, that was crazy. That was fucking crazy. I mean, the hell was that about, man? And as I'm thinking that, someone fucking pulled the lever, crunk. It all just came flooding back. And like, at this point, I feel like my spirit like lifted up and just reached out to me and grabbed me. Like an invisible version of myself grabbed me by the fucking like shirt and said, are you fucking stupid? And I sat there and I just closed my eyes and just started to have all these flashbacks of, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop drinking. Ah, da, da, da. I just start having all these negative flashbacks of all the negative shit that drinking's caused. I start, you know, reliving all the stupid shit I've done. You know, I start really looking inside of myself and I start seeing this dark, nasty, fucking, almost molasses type of energy that's living inside of me that I've created. And it's a fucking demon, dude, eating me up from the inside out, destroying me from everything and anything I am, dude. And it was facing myself, but facing my true self, dude. It was facing everything I was fucking hiding from. Every time I took a sip of that fucking bottle, I was running away from what I was fucking looking at. I have no idea what it is. The only thing I can tie it to is what I've created in my side of myself. It was scary. It was sad. It was fucking depressing. It was literally the sorriest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. I did this to myself, dude. It was so scary. I started fucking screaming. I couldn't stand myself. I couldn't fucking stand myself. I ran outside of the apartment. I went into this fucking field and I just started puking and puking and puking and laying there crying, contemplating suicide, you know. And I wish I told you that this trip had a happy ending where the clouds opened up and God said, now get right, son. And I came out of it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to change my life and I'm going to do what I've always said I'm going to do. That didn't happen. I went to sleep that night sad, alone, scared, and it went on for a week. And, you know, I had just witnessed firsthand, you know, inside of myself what drinking is doing to me. First thing I wanted when I woke up that morning was a fucking drink. And that kept going, man. I lived in that bad trip for about a week and a half before, you know, I realized, dude, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna fucking die. if I don't die from drinking myself to death, I'm going to drink myself into so much self-hate that I'm going to fucking kill myself, because my life sucked, man. And and it's all because of me. I can't, yeah, I've been dealt, the short end of the stick a few times here and there, but mainly everything bad that's happened is a direct repercussion of my drinking. And, enough was enough, dude. I decided to do something that I never thought I would fucking do. And that was to call my sister and tell her, yo, I'm done. I want to go to rehab. And, I always thought rehab was like, for like meth and heroin addicts and shit like that. I never really in my life, especially coming from like a reservation and shit, never heard of like people going to rehab for alcohol. You just kind of fucking, it was just kind of a thing. And yeah, man, I did it. Here I am, dude. It was one fucking ride, dude. I will tell you guys that much, and you guys will definitely be hearing about it in the time to come. That's definitely one hell of a journey. I can't wait to tell you guys. But long story short, man, this trip made me take a deep look into myself and my psyche and, my spirit. And it sucks to, come out of, alcoholism. And, what sucks the most about it is like having to accept everything that you've done. It feels like I have woken up to my house completely destroyed by or a tornado, and I have no idea how it happened. The only thing I can do, is day by day pick up the pieces and build it into something new. You know what I mean? As cliche as that fucking sounds, dude. I'm happy, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like I'm no longer an alcoholic, like an alcoholic or whatever. But I'm just worried about today, man. My goal is to stay sober today. I don't care about tomorrow. I don't care about the day after that. I care about staying sober today. And tomorrow, that's when I'll worry about staying sober that day. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank you guys, a lot, because literally when I went in there, I got thousands of fucking messages of support from you guys. And fuck yeah, dude. That's what I needed, man. In a world so cold, you guys, you make me feel so fucking warm, dude. Straight the fuck up. And, no matter what your vices are, no matter, what negativity is in your life that you think you can't ever overcome, no matter what, man, you possess more strength than you will ever fucking know. And don't be afraid to handle those things head on, because I believe in you, dude. And you should too. I'm Icarus 480, baby. I'm back. Peace, love, and smoke DMT.